Deadpool goes balls deep for Oscar glory with a for your consideration video. We talk about it and Deadpool 2 info next on Screen Junkies News. Hey, I'm here with Dan Merle and JTE, and we're going to be watching this for your consideration video that Ryan Reynolds tweeted out last night. Take a look.
600 pounds of chimichangas, 4 pairs of assless chaps, 12 humiliating minutes on a casting couch, 117 script pages, 456 ad-libs.
What the shit?
2 nerds, 7 magical unicorns, 3 good balls, and a 4th that's broken.
Did I leave the stove on?
42 rejection letters from Fox, 1 leaked video, and 783 million fans for your consideration.
Fake laugh, hiding real pain.
Deadpool.
Wow.
That's clever.
That's really cute. But do you think that it's going to do anything? What do you think Deadpool's odds at the Oscars are?
Well, I mean, this is how this train got rolling, which is that the Producers Guild Awards came out. Deadpool is one of the nominees. The Producers Guild is traditionally one of the strongest indicators. Yesterday, the DGA Awards came out. Deadpool got nominated for Best First Feature. Not Best Picture, Best Director, but Best First Feature. So there is some award show buzz.
And Oscar announcements are on January 24th.
January 24th, we know it's going to be nominated. This is not going to be popular.
Okay.
What I'm about to say.
I think I'm with you, man.
I love Deadpool.
Yeah.
Deadpool is so much fun, and kudos to Ryan Reynolds. I mean, he got this thing off the ground. He's great in it.
Oh,
but if we're
absolutely.
talking Best Picture, Deadpool should not be nominated for Best Picture. I'm sorry. It should. It's fun. It's a great time. But Best Picture, I don't think so.
Not Best Picture material.
I don't think-
JTE?
Yeah, you know, it's one of the most entertaining films of the year. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that, okay? I loved Rush Hour 2. I thought it was a very entertaining movie.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be nominated for Best Picture. For me, that's, it's another level of where I hold my films. I want those to be the movies that I will look back onto, not just for being entertaining and enthralling, but doing something new with film and something that really touches me, maybe to an emotional core. But Deadpool is just great entertainment. Let's leave it there.
Right.
I feel like the award shows just want to be more popular. They want ratings, and they're like, oh, well, let's put Deadpool in there. We'll get more people watching. And I just don't agree with it.
If you want to nominate it screenplay, maybe,
Yeah.
Or if you want to nominate Ryan Reynolds, I would support because Johnny Depp got a Best Actor nomination for Pirates of the Caribbean for Jack Sparrow, and Robert Downey Jr. got Supporting Actor for Tropic Thunder.
Right. Heath Ledger for Dark Knight.
Heath Ledger for Dark Knight. I like when they recognize performances because Ryan Reynolds' performance is what makes that movie the same way that Johnny Depp's was. So I would maybe support that. But if we're talking Best Picture. Despite the blockbusters that came out this year that were terrible, so many of them, there are a lot of great movies, and I feel like, it would take the spot of a movie that I think needs that. So many times the Best Picture nominees are movies that need that attention, that deserve that attention, and Deadpool, as great as it is, I just don't know if it quite belongs in that group.
Everyone's seen it. It doesn't need any more attention.
I think part of why it's being considered is because of its underdog success story. Now let's revisit how we got here, how it ended up here.
Yeah.
Starting with, there was the leaked video from Blur. And then everybody, Ryan Reynolds did so much marketing for it. He had a hand in helping out the marketing.
Great marketing.
Yeah, and they decided to forego 3D, in fact, to help with the marketing budget.
Which is great. And as they should. I don't like post-converted 3D in general, so I'm totally fine with that.
Totally. And it's funny because I think a lot of people think about Oscars and comic book movies. You immediately go to The Dark Knight. It was the one of the movies that everyone was like, this should be nominated for Best Picture. For several reasons, not just because of the overall movie, but I think a lot for Heath Ledger's performance, obviously put it at our level. And then the year after that, they went to 10 nominees. I think Academy was like, let's get some of these more popular films in here. But for me, it's like, I need the film. Like, Deadpool is not breaking any great ground for me. I think you look at movies like James Gunn's Super and Kick-Ass from Matthew Vaughn, they've already kind of touched on what Deadpool is doing, kind of, making fun of the genre a little bit. It's not like it's the first film out of the gate to do that, so it's not like a historical thing in film where I'm like, oh, this is the first time this film's done that. Let's give it some attention for Best Picture. For me, it was just a really good, entertaining satire in a way of superhero movies.
Right. In addition, I think we also have to look at it not being just a comic book film, but a comedy. The last time a comedy won for Best Picture was in '77 for Annie Hall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, comedy usually has a rough time getting into anything award worthy.
Yeah, that's a whole other description because I will agree that there is a Best Picture and an Oscar bias against comedy. That's a whole other discussion because that's not, that's not fair.
That's not cool.
That's not cool. It's not fair. The comedies are not treated as seriously. And when I say that I don't think Deadpool belongs, I'm not saying that, it doesn't belong there because it's a comic book movie, and I'm not saying it doesn't belong there because it's a comedy. I just mean just looking at it.
Yeah.
And looking at the other movies that came out this year, I think that there are 8 to 10 that I would put up there above this movie. It's Ryan Reynolds makes this movie. He's great in it. It does some great things at the genre. The story is, and we pointed out in the Honest Trailer, the story's pretty generic.
It is. It's not, they're not reinventing the wheels.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
They just had a great take on it. And so this is a clever piece of marketing. From day one. Now, every marketing award that's out there, every advertising award, Deadpool should win.
I want them to win that so bad.
Yeah, they have been marketing this movie so well from the very beginning. This is another great piece. It keeps it in front of people. It's funny. But I think even they are doing this a little tongue in cheek,
right?
Because
not Oscar
it's like put it out there and let's see if someone will actually pick it up.
Yeah, at the very least, they had better have Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool at the Oscars. It would be such a missed opportunity if they did not.
Yeah, like him in the audience at one point is just like clapping or something.
He should be hosting.
No, he should be doing a bit at the very least.
I would love that happen, but I don't think the Academy would ever actually consider that. But, oh my God, that was amazing. Maybe the MTV Movie Awards. Then you have a shot, but not the Academy Awards.
So moving on, we have new information about Deadpool 2 here. Does anybody what do we got?
Well, I think the biggest news for me, like following this, because obviously they were going to do a sequel after how big this one was the fact that Tim Miller, the guy responsible, really, with Ryan Reynolds bringing this movie to cinemas, is not attached. And to me, it's a little bit of a blow, because when that guy was so passionate. For me, the most important things about a director is when he's passionate about the project, and that guy was passionate about Deadpool. It showed in the first film, and I think it's a huge reason why it's so successful. So losing him, again, you're keeping Ryan Reynolds, so you still have him there, but losing him definitely puts a little bit of worry in me. Although I do love the director they got, the director from John Wick, one of the brothers. At least we know one thing: the action is going to be as good, or if not better, than the first film.
Well, we also found that Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick talked to our friends over at Collider and said that Colossus will be back. Negasonic Teenage Warhead will be back. Of course, I knew she'd be back. It's kind of fun that Colossus is coming back in some way, and also Dopender, the taxi driver, which is that's fun to bring that character back. I hope that they do. That's Deadpool calling right now. He's not happy with what we're saying.
Sorry, man. I don't think
No worries.
you have a chance
Yeah,
at Best Picture. Sorry.
But yeah, so it sounds like they're kind of bringing the team back together. This will be an interesting test for them because now they have the success. They're not the underdog anymore. They have the burden of expectation on them. And let's see what they do with it.
Supposedly they're trying to limit the budget again, so they can get that same feel.
Yeah, I think originally, obviously, when you get a sequel, bigger and better. And I think the budget, that was some of the dispute was the budget was going to be way bigger than Tim Miller was like, we don't really need to go this big again. Let's keep it down to the roots of like kind of a smaller budget film that is more about the script than it is the explosions, which is smart. But again, it's going to have a bigger budget, I think, than the first film in some ways.
So we asked you what Best Picture you feel could have used some Deadpool cameo in it. And Charlie, what did we get?
So quick corrections right off the bat. We have 2011, The Artist winning Best Picture, which is considered a comedy. And 1999, Shakespeare in Love is also considered a comedy based on their Golden Globe wins were for comedy musicals.
Let's not bring up
They
Shakespeare.
won, guys. Get over it.
Yeah, okay.
I will never Saving Private Ryan forever. Anyway, so we did ask Twitter, and guys out there, please send us your photoshops for posters of Deadpool in Oscar movies, because I will retweet them if they're great. Anyway, so we've got Garner_Munt, who said Deadpool should be in Forrest Gump. And he a movie causing every terrible thing in the 20th century.
That's brilliant. I love that. Well, thank you so much. We also wanted to know, what do you think Ryan Reynolds could show up as Deadpool and do at the Oscars? What mayhem could he wreak? Please let us know in the comments. Do you think he has a chance at the Oscar? And make sure to like and subscribe and check out some of our other videos.